Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Exodus Automotive, and I am Exodus. Yes, our car of the morning is a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 3.6. Now, this is a common problem with Chrysler motor 3.6. It is rocker arm bearing tapping disclaimer. This job is an internal engine work. It has procedures in how is it that it is done. If a mistake is made, it can cost you your motor. Disclaimer. If a mistake is made on this particular job, it can cost you a motor, or it just can cost you. If you do not have an idea, don't do it. Just view it, enjoy it, like it, subscribe to it. Here we have an exposed view of 3.6. Yes, it has a cylinder on this side, cylinder on this side. Intake, your oil filter cooler housing is right here, right under our intake. Yes. Now, we're going to need to get into this valve cover here. We have to remove the intake anyway. So, we're replacing an idler pulley that sits there. And generally, now I cannot stress enough on the fact that this job is tedious. Plastic. A lot of the components are plastic. I don't need to say anything more. Be careful, take your time. A lot of air tools not required. Hand ratchet, cordless tools, yes, no air, okay? All right. We're gonna get started right now, okay? Few things. Disconnect your negative cable. It is located under the passenger seat. Move it forward. There is a little panel piece. Your battery is under there. Disconnect your negative cable. Make sure you have access to get back into the vehicle. Yes, wind down one of the windows or something like that. Also, you're gonna drain your coolant, drain the oil. We're gonna need an 8mm short, long swivel, 8mm to start what we're about to get into, okay? Throttle out, 8mm, 4 bolts. Break and loose by hand. All bolts must be broken loose by hand. Rest up there. Okay. I want you to see something. That 10mm bolt that you see there, that you're looking at. Now, it's on a bracket, yes? It's bolting a bracket. Now, the camera is not going to allow for me to show you back there until the intake is removed. But follow me closely and remember that bracket, okay? So now your 210s are disconnected. This bracket is held on by a 13mm double-sided stud. Follow me here. We're gonna loosen our 8mm bolts on the top here. 8mm swivel, 1/4-inch drive, mid-size socket for this guy back here. Be sure that your socket is sitting. Yes, You see where the peak of it comes out? Doesn't give you much, but it gives you enough that you can break it loose like that. Yes. Also, this guy right here, he's also another one. Basically, you need the swivel up until the point that you clear right here. That's when you know that you need to change your side. Okay. We're going to go to the back side of the intake. All right. What I am showing you is the back side of the intake. It's missing components. Yes, but this is what it should look like when you are completed. If you remove these components, you will have a very good idea of what is it that I am saying. Okay, these are the brackets that goes on the back of the intake. Yeah, they sit on the intake like this. Okay, and the bolt, yeah, so the 10mm that's at the back is here, and this goes to the block. Now, as you can see, it also has some little holes here and here. Okay, this is where this guy plays a part. All those clips, there are 4 of them on that bracket. Remove the clips from the bracket, the hoses, whatever is attached to that bracket, follow it wherever it is attached, where you can reach, spray your lubricant on there, get it off. It's plastic, take your time. When there is nothing attached to your brackets, you can remove the bracket. Okay, I want you to follow me here now. You remember the 210s that was on the behind the throttle body? We took the nuts off, but the stud is still in remaining, yes? Now, how it happens is that they are compacting it like this to keep it stable. By removing the 2 brackets on the rear, yes, because say you can't get to that 13. I'm saving you a lot of time and effort on scratches and bruises here. So by removing the 2 brackets on the rear, you're going to able to lift and pull towards the driver's side to remove the intake. Grab your back side of the intake, lift them. Okay, now this bolt here, that's right, get up. You want to get it loose, up, and pull to the back. By doing so, your intake is now sitting. I'm going to take off this lower intake manifold, plastic. The injectors is also attached to, sits there also. Disconnecting the fuel lines. Your wire harness on both sides, yes, of the injector rail and coils, you're gonna disconnect. So your wire harness, yes, remember that bracket I told you about? This is just the top half of it. Now, to get to the other half, it's down there. See the wire harness attached to it right there? That's your problem. The wire harness is attached to it with one of these, where did I see it? It's attached to this. One of these things sits in front of it. So what happens is that you can't get a socket on there until you get that off. I didn't design it. Blue safety clip. Yes, and a white push in. What you want to do is you could spray some lubricant in there, but pull the line forward. You're gonna have to back off your blue clip first. if you like, remove it. Pull the line forward, push in the white clip, pull it out. Yes. Your fuel rail disconnected. The wire harness now can come over here. Now, one of these is on the back side of the lower intake. Yes, you can try to come this way. The neck the neck, you may stand a chance of breaking this neck. I am laughing because I witnessed a testimony of someone not knowing the proper way of disconnecting this thing. Broke the neck or the line. Plastic. Wasn't paying attention, and now you have a fuel leak. So I would either come from the passenger side, which also is a bad idea. The crossover pipe is plastic, so trying to pry up on it, you will break it. I'm sorry, but yeah, so you want to leave it alone. 8 millimeters here on the outside. Your fuel rail is disconnected, intake comes up as one. Break it loose by hand. I'm going to spray some PB Blaster, yes, in all of the bolts. If I'm telling you, there must be a reason why, and a good one too. These bolts go into the block. If you know 1/4" bolts from plastic to the block, you know corrosion builds in that area of the studs, in the threading. You could easily snap the head off by just corrosion holding it. I tell you, they feel very tight, but it's the corrosion that is holding it. This is a 2015. It's been around the block a few times. This point in time, yes, 1/4" drive. Now, only use this thing if you feel confident that that bolt is going to come out after you have pre-soaked it. Now, I'm going to stop right here. That I have 1, 2, and 3, yes? Remember, I have a feeling he wants to give me a headache. So before I proceed and relieve the pressure from this little area right here, I'm going to break him loose back by hand. Mechanical tip. Okay. Yeah. Now, remember I told you about that very same strap piece on the back? That's what's holding it from coming forward. So, you now, any which way you look at it, will have a better view. Me, I like to tilt him up like that. Now, I am more accessible to him. I can cut him off. I can use this tool. It's more accessible to me, and I am not pressing against the intake. Oh yeah. All right. This is the condition that's underneath the intake right now. Here's our cooler, oil filter housing. Yes, we're gonna be removing that. It's not a coolant leak. This is an oil leak. Why I am replacing this cooler. Put your shock absorbers in there, 6 of them. Make sure that they are fully nourished. Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to proceed into removing our cooler. It uses a Torx E8. Yes. It's a little tight, so you're gonna have to just wiggle your way up. Okay, when it comes up like this, right, once you clear back here that it comes up, then you can remove your hose. Okay. Some may say the rear main seal is leaking. So before you make that determination on a 3.6, be sure to check this cooler. All right, we are all cleaned up.